Hello friends, welcome to Online Study for You. This is Pratik Srivastava here, and our today's topic of discussion is time and distance. So before we start with the question, let me tell you about the formula and the relative speed concept and the concept of conversion from meter per second to kilometer per hour, and then we will start with the problems. So what is the formula which we are going to use in time, speed and distance is nothing but distance is equals to speed into time. So d will be equal to s into t, where d is equal to nothing but distance. So distance will be equal to speed into time. So this is the only one formula which will be used across the topic time, speed and distance, and even the same formula will be used in other topics also, like problems on trains. Now here the units will be in meter. So distance unit will be either in meter or in kilometer. And if we will talk about speed, then speed unit will be meter per second or kilometer per hour. See, unit plays an important role here, and that is the only reason, I am explaining you here minute, second and hour. So this is the only reason I am telling the basics here, so that you don't do the mistake while solving the question, because many times I have seen a student will be able to solve the question, but because of the unit conversion mistake they do the question wrongly. Now here comes the conversion. So many times meter per second will have to convert into kilometer per hour, and kilometer per hour will have to convert into meter per second. Right friends? Okay. Now let's see kilometer per hour. So 1 kilometer will be equal to 1000 meter. So 1 kilometer will be equal to 1000 meter, and if we will talk about 1 hour, then 1 hour will be equal to 3600 seconds. Now 1 kilometer will be equal to 1000 meter, and then 1 hour will be equal to 3600 seconds. So kilometer is equal to 1000 meter, and if we will talk about hour, then 3600 seconds. Now if we will divide, then 2 5 ja and 2 18 ja. That means if you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, then you have to multiply by 5 by 18, and if you want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, then just opposite of that. So friends, I will not ask you to remember this. Instead of that, I will ask you to understand this term, so that when you are converting, you will be careful. If it is kilometer, means it will end with 1000, and 1005 will be one multiple. And now when you are converting hour into second, then 3600, then 36 is a factor of 18. So like this you can keep that in mind. Now the second concept is a very important concept, which is a concept of the relative speed. So relative speed, now what is relative speed? And this relative speed concept will be used in time, speed and distance, and problems on trains. So you need to understand this, what is relative speed. Now suppose two bus or two train or two vehicles, if they are moving in the same direction, then the speed will have to subtract. See, same direction means S for same and S for subtract. So we'll have to subtract the speed, and that will be our relative speed. I will tell you the concept as well. And if it is opposite direction, then speed will get added. It will become S1 plus S2. Now friends, I will tell you what is relative speed. See, if two trains are moving in the same direction, then you feel that the other train is not moving very fast. But if the two trains are moving in the opposite direction, so you suppose if you are going in this train and one other train comes in the opposite direction, then you will feel the other train is moving very fast. See, basically what happens, suppose this speed of this train is 60 km per hour and the speed of this train is 50 km per hour. So the relative speed, I mean with respect to the other train, this train is only 10 km per hour slow, or you can say with respect to the train 1, train 2 is only 10 km fast. That means, see, in 1 hour train 2 will cover 60 km, whereas in 1 hour the train 1 will be able to cover 50 km. So just 10 km gap will be there. But here you see, suppose 50 km per hour and 60 km per hour. So in 1 hour this will go 50 and this will go 60. So they will be 110 km apart. So that is the only reason. Relative means you are relating the speed with the other train. So that is only called relative speed or the relative velocity. So this is the important terms which we are going to use in the problems as well. So if you have any doubt, then please let us know. We will try to again teach you the same thing, but friends, So whatever I have told you, the same thing you have to keep in mind, and this term is very important. If it is same direction, means S for same and S for subtract, so subtract the speed. If it is opposite direction, means you have to add. Now moving towards the problem. So friends, you see question number 1, and before starting with the question number 1, I will tell you, so this year TCS NQT 2020 questions from time and work and problems on trains were more. So at least 2 to 3 problems were there in each of the section. So let's start with the question number 1. So for question number 1, there is a short trick, so I am not going to explain you the method, otherwise it will take more time, and even in exam also you have to use this trick and you have to solve the question. Now if Pratik walks from his house, so suppose this is house, so if Pratik walks from his house at 15 km per hour, at 15 km per hour, he reaches his school 5 minutes early. He reaches his school 5 minutes early. So suppose I have to reach school at 9 a.m. But if I am going with 15 km per hour speed, I will be reaching at what time? 8:55 a.m. Right? And if he walks at 10 km per hour, if I am walking at slow speed, then I reach 5 minutes late. So 5 minutes late means I had to reach at 9. Now I will be reaching at 9:05 a.m. Right? See, till here we have not done anything. Till here, friends, we have not done anything, because whatever they are telling in the question, that's what I have written here. If it is going with 15 km per hour, then suppose if I have to, you can assume anything, it doesn't matter. You can assume 11, you can assume 12, so you can assume whatever you want. So I had to reach at 9 a.m. but reached 5 minutes early, and if I am going with 10 km per hour, then I am reaching 5 minutes late. Now, what is the actual distance between Pratik house and his school? So this one formula is there, where distance is equals to S1 S2 divided by S1 minus S2 into delta of t. So delta of t is nothing but time difference. So delta of t is nothing but time difference. Now S1. So S1 you can see 15, S2 is 10 divided by S1 is what? A speed. So this is S1, this is S2, and divided by 15 minus 10. And if we will talk about the time difference, so time difference, friends, you can see 8:55 and 9:05, there is a 10 minute difference is there. Now 10 minutes, if you will try to convert into hour, 10 minutes, see 60 minutes will be equal to 1 hour, then 1 minute will be equal to 1 by 60 hours, and 10 minutes will be equal to 10 by 60 hours. 10 by 60 hours, so 10 divided by 60. Now 50 into 10 will be 150, and 15 minus 10 will be 55 into 10 by 60. Now friends, you see 1 0 and 1 0 cancel, this is 25 times and this is 5 times. So the distance between Pratik house and the school will be nothing but 5 km, and that's what the answer is. Friends, this much you could not have done. You know the formula. See, 15 into 10 divided by 15 minus 10 is 5 into time difference. So 5 minutes early and 5 minutes late, the time difference is 10 by 60. So this is 1 by 6. This is 25 times and this is 5 times. So I can say 30 seconds was more than enough to solve the question number 1. Moving towards the question number 2. So problem number 2 is TCS NQT 2020 question. Is TCS NQT 2020 asked questions. So a race horse start chasing. See friends, in TCS NQT 2020, what I saw and what I observed that, see, the length of the question is more, but the question is very simple. Now a race horse starts chasing a wild pony 2 hours after the pony bolts the stable. The horse finally catches up with the pony after 3 hours. If the average speed of the race horse is 49 km per hour, then the average speed of the wild pony. So friends, there is one wild pony and there is one race horse. These two people are only there. Okay. Now a race horse starts chasing a wild pony after 2 hours, right? Okay, after 2 hours it is started chasing, and the horse is finally able to catch up the pony after 3 hours. That means the horse are running for 3 hours. Time is given, and the wild pony is running for how many hours? See, he started chasing after 2 hours. Chasing after 2 hours, so pony has already run for 2 hours and plus 3 more hours, so total will be 5 hours. So this will be time. Okay. Now the average speed of the wild pony you have to calculate. So speed you have to calculate, and what the average speed of the race horse is given. So the average speed of the race horse is given 49 km per hour, and you have to calculate the average speed of the wild pony. So this average speed you have to calculate. I will put S1. Okay, this you have to calculate. So friends, in time, speed and distance, in time, speed and distance, always one parameter will be same. So what is same here? See, basically if I want to tell you the question, then see, a pony started from here, a pony started from here. So when it has already run for 2 hours, when it is already run for 2 hours, then the horse is seeing that pony has already run for 2 hours, and the pony will again run for 3 more hours, and this horse will catch that pony in only 3 hours, only in 3 hours. So friends, the distance will be same, the distance will be same. You can see the distance covered by the wild pony is equal to the distance covered by the race horse. So distance will be equal to speed into time. So if we talk about speed we have to calculate. If we talk about the time is 5, and if we talk about the speed is 49. If we talk about the time is 3 hours. Now S will be equal to 49 into 3 divided by 5. Calculation will be tough, so multiply 2 here and multiply 2 here. Now the calculation will become simple. So you can see here now 49 into 6 divided by 10. So now 6 into 9 is 54. So 4 and 5 will be in hand. 6 into 4 is 24 plus 5 is 29 divided by 10. So 29.4 kilometer per hour will be the speed of the wild pony, and that is the only reason racehorse is able to able to catch him, because a racehorse speed is more and wild pony speed is less. So option number A is the correct answer for question number 2, and which was a easy problem. Friends, if I want to say, I can tell directly the horse covering the distance in 3 hours, that means 49 into 3 is equals to wild pony covering the distance. S will be equal to 29.4. 30 seconds I will not take to solve this question. Moving towards the question number 3. Question number 3 is really a very big question. Question number 3 is really a very big and lengthy question. If you don't want to solve, and if you are just going by seeing the number of lines, then this question is very big, then this question is very lengthy, then this question is very tough. But 3 lines I wrote here, the solution is also 3 lines, that's all. Only 2 data is required to solve this question, and that data is given, and the question is similar to the question number 1. Don't get panic. Come, let's solve this question. A police car starts chasing a fugitive, so this is also called a thief, in a BMW 4 hours after the BMW escapes from this crime at 10 a.m. Okay, so a police car is there. So I say this is police in car, and this I say this is a thief. This is a thief. Okay, this is a thief in the BMW. So this is in the BMW, and this is in car. So a police car starts chasing a fugitive in a BMW 4 hours after the BMW escape from the scene of crime at 10 a.m. So friends, when BMW would have already covered, see, this is suppose your crime, this is your crime place. So when BMW already has traveled for 4 hours, so BMW already traveled for 4 hours, okay, from the crime place, and that time police came to know that some crime has happened, and one fugitive is in BMW, and then police start chasing. The BMW drives for 10 km through crowded roads of Shanghai, and then drives into all those statements. Traffic was able to move twice as fast. After a while, the police car finally catches up the BMW after a chase that last 5 hours. Okay, so all those information was not required. Thus, the only thing is, see, for 4 hours, the thief in the BMW has already traveled, and then the police started chasing him, and police is finally catching him after 5 hours. So the same distance which BMW covered in 9 hours, the thief covered in 9 hours, the police is covering the same distance only in 5 hours. That means police is able to catch the thief after 5 hours, friends, right? By this time the moon was up in the sky for 4 hours. If the average speed of the police car is, so average speed of the police car is 50 km per hour, then you have to find out the average speed of the BMW. So this speed you have to find out. Friends, only this 4 data was required. Otherwise, whatever, see, by this time the moon was up in the sky for 4 hours. What is this meaning? No meaning of that. See, the BMW drives for 10 km, no meaning. So basically you see, the question is, even this is also not required. So this is 1 line and this 2 lines and this 3 lines. Only 3 line questions and 2 line solution. Now, distance is same here, friends, same as the previous question. So distance traveled by thief will be distance traveled by the police, because they are going by the same way and police is able to catch him after 5 hours. Now distance traveled by thief, distance will be equal to speed into time. So thief speed you have to calculate, and thief has taken total 9 hours. If we talk about the police, then police speed is 50 km per hour and police has taken 5 hours. Now S will be equal to 50 into 5 and divide by 9, that will be nothing but 250 by 9. If you want to give the exact answer, so 250 you divide it by 9. So 9 into 2 is 18, so 15 minus 8 is 7, and then this will go off, and then 9 8 ja 72, so 9 7 ja, so 9 7 ja 63, so 10 minus 3 is 7, this is gone, and then 9 7 ja, so you can say 27.7 km per hour was the speed of the thief, and the police car speed was 50 km per hour, and that is the only reason thief got caught. Now moving towards the next question, which is question number 4. Now question number 4 is a question from problems and trains. Now friends, I have not taken a separate topic on problems and trains, because I know you will be easily able to understand this question and you will be easily able to do that in exam. See, in problems and trains, the concept, very minimal concept are there. One, it is a relative concept, which I have already discussed. If it is same direction, subtract the speed. If it is different direction, add the speed. Then if a train is crossing another train, so if a train is crossing another train, or if a train is crossing a bridge, or if a train is crossing a platform, then the distance will be, or the length will be, train 1 length plus train 2 or bridge or the platform length. That's all. And if a train is crossing a person, a lamp post, then the distance will be only length of the train 1, because the person or the lamp post length will be negligible in front of the train. So only these 3 concepts will be used in the problems on trains. Now, Ahilyanagari Express running at a speed of 60 km per hour. So this A Express, I will tell, A Express is running at a 60 km per hour. Why? Simply, we should give a stress on ourselves by reading the names. So Ahilyanagari Express running at a speed of 60 km per hour, and Cholan Express. So Cholan Express you see running at 120 km per hour, takes 10 seconds to cross each other. Now friends, I can make a diagram like this. So this is Ahilyanagari Express taking 60 km with a speed of 60, running at a speed of 60 km per hour, and Cholan Express takes 10 seconds to cross each other when they are running in the opposite direction. And this is Cholan Express running at 120 km per hour, and they take 10 seconds to cross each other, okay, when they are running in the opposite direction. These 2 trains operates in the same route only as a mathematical fantasy and not in the reality. Again friends, in logical things has been given. If Cholan Express is 120 meter, longer than Ahilyanagari Express, what is the length in meter of the latter? So if Cholan Express is 120 meter longer than the Ahilyanagari Express, so you can see the length of the Cholan Express is 120 meters longer. So 120 meters longer than the Ahilyanagari Express. What is the length in the meter of the latter? Now friends, in here only I am going to explain all those things. See, the formula will be distance is equals to speed into time, right? Speed into time. Now, so what will be a speed? So both are running in the opposite direction. Then add the speed. So 120 plus 60 will be equal to 180 km. Time is 10 seconds. Now friends, this is 120 plus 120 plus 60 is nothing but 180 kilometer per hour, right? Kilometer per hour. So this will have to convert into meter per second, because you see 10 is given in the 10, time is given in seconds, and the distance is also given as, and the distance is also given as in terms of what? In terms of meter. So what I will do, I will multiply by 5 by 18, so that this will get converted into meter per second. And distance, so distance will be length of this train plus length of C. Now the length of Cholan Express, the Cholan Express is 120 meter longer than the Ahila Nagari Express. So the Cholan Express length will be 120 plus A. So the total distance, the total length of the train will become 2A plus 120. So here 2A plus 120. Now we'll try to solve. So 2A plus 120 will be equal to, this will be 180 into 10 into 5 divided by 18. So this will go by 10 times. So friends, 2A plus 120 will be equal to 500. So 2A will be equal to 500 minus 120, which is nothing but 380. So A will be equal to 380 by 2. So I think you will not be able to see. So 2A is equals to 380. So A will be equal to 380 by 2, which is nothing but 190. So the length of the train A, I mean Ahila Nagari Express, will become 190 meter, and the other train length will become 190 plus 120 meter long. So 0, 9 to 11 and 310, and this will be 310. So they are asking this express, what is the length in meters of the letter? So this will become 190. Okay. So friends, this question was very important, and here I have explained you three concepts. The first concept is relative speed concept, and the second concept is if a train is crossing another train, the total distance will be the length of the first train plus length of the second train. Okay. So if a train is crossing another train or a bridge or a platform, then the total length will be length of the first train plus length of the second train, and then kilometer per hour we'll have to convert it to meter per second. That also we have taken care, and then we have solved a very good questions of problems on trains. Now moving towards the question number 5. Question number 5, a thief seeing a policeman from a distance of 200 meter. So friends, this question is a very good question and expected question for your exam. So a thief seeing a policeman, so here is your thief and here is policeman. So a thief is seeing a policeman, and that time the distance between thief and the policeman is 200 meter. And after seeing that, thief starts running at 8 km per hour. The police chases him with 9 km per hour. Friends, the police speed has to be more than the thief speed, then only the police will be able to catch him, otherwise police will not be able to catch him. So the policeman chases with a speed of 9 km per hour and catch the thief. The distance run by the thief is, so the distance run by the thief is that you have to calculate. Okay. Now see, first understand the question. A thief seeing a policeman from a distance of 200 meter. So thief is seeing a policeman, and then thief starts running. The policeman chases with a speed. Okay. Now, so friends, what I can say is, see, both are running at the same time. See, thief also starts running at the same time, and the police also starts running at the same time. Okay. Now, so how much distance this policeman will see? Suppose police is catching after X distance. The police is catching after X distance. So police. So here I will write police, and here I will write thief. So police will cover 200 plus X meter, whereas thief will cover only X. Now this is the distance, and if we will talk about the speed, then the police speed is 9 km per hour, and the thief speed is 8 km per hour. Now distance will be equal to a speed into time. And if we will talk about time, then time will be distance by speed. Now for police, it will be 200 plus X, distance by speed will be 9, and for thief it will be X divided by 8. Now just do the cross multiplication. So 1600 plus 8x will be equal to 9x, and then x will be equal to 1600. If you see here, friends, this 9 kilometer and 8 is it was given in terms of kilometer per hour, but this 200 was given in terms of meter. So this, if you want to convert in kilometer, see, this will become in meter, and if we'll talk about the kilometer, then it will become 1.6 kilometer. Okay, so the value of x is equals to 1600 meter, or you can say 1.6 kilometer. So the distance run by the thief, is either 1600 meter or 1.6 kilometer, right? Okay, so this is the only distance which thief is covering. If in the question they are asking the distance traveled by the police, then it will be 1600 plus 200 meter will be equal to 1800 meter, or you can say 1.8 kilometer. So this is all about time, speed and distance and problems on trains. Friends, I am not putting a lot of questions because you do not have that much of sufficient time to read everything. So I have put all the important things and basic concept, and I hope you are understanding each and every concept and the videos, and this kind of questions you can expect in your exam, but not the exact question. So thanks a lot for watching the video. This is Pratik Srivastava here, and I am wishing you good luck, all the best for your exams. So thanks for watching the video.